Discussing.
I don't know anything more than that.
I've been talking to my live stream.
Do you know who it was that said it?
No, literally. So all that's happened is the boss said, can someone go and speak to him about it? Right?
To
so
him? Who's him?
Him, yourself.
So how do I know it's me?
Person with the GoPro on a rig with grey top and grey bottoms. So that's the description I've been passed.
Because obviously first port of call is obviously it'd be a bit stupid doing that if he's live.
Well, yeah. But
I'm telling them about the police resources that are being used at this place. You've got a load of dogs around the back. How many dogs are around the back?
I don't actually know the answer to that off the top of my head. I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Okay.
But like I say, given what I've just been told, I've just come to have a conversation with you about it. What have you actually been discussing? Is it like? Are
you actually serious? You're asking me what I've been discussing. Can you hear yourself?
I can ask a question.
It's outrageous. Look at all
you really are Keir Starmer's goons, aren't you?
Stormtroopers.
All I'm doing is trying to have a conversation.
No, you're trying to suppress people's freedom of speech.
Not at all.
Yeah, you are. It's what you're doing.
Arguably, I'm encouraging you to speak.
You're actually a disgrace. You should start honouring your oath or take that uniform off. One of the two.
Look at
either honour your oath or take off the uniform.
So what you could do is you could send your boss the link to the live stream. You can rewind it and look.
Are you willing to share that? Because I'll happily do that.
He's clearly watching it. If he's heard me say something.
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't make sense for him to have to backtrack on what he said.
Welcome to the moment everything kicks off. An officer strides in on a radio cue, eyes fixed on a man with the GoPro. He opens with just a conversation, but the auditor hears a probe, not a chat. The air snaps tight. Stormtroopers. The auditor fires, accusing the police of choking free speech and betraying their oath. The officer tries to steady the tone, but each question lands like an accusation. What are you discussing? Why are you saying it? The auditor flips it back. Transparency goes both ways. He offers the live stream link, taunting, your boss is already watching. This isn't small talk. It's a line in the sand. In less than 2 minutes, the stakes are set. Speech, power, and who gets to frame the narrative on camera.
Are you his dad? Are you his dad? Did you give birth to him? Are you his mum? Are you his mum? Are you his dad? No. He ain't got no right. He's got no right. He doesn't have to speak to you. He don't have to speak to you, man.
And he's told him, go and tell that guy there.
Is that what you think it's out? Because like I say, I've had
You've come over to me and said, I'm talking about breaking into the hotel.
So I've had very limited information. You've got to understand that. I've got extremely limited information to go off.
So where's your information come from?
Like I say, it was a radio snippet that I've just been passed from my supervision saying, can I have a conversation with you about the things I've already discussed with you? Okay? That's all I'm here to do.
You do know there's a load of illegal immigrants in that hotel. So they broke into the country. And you're quizzing me on a live stream.
So all I need to do here is make sure that no one is going to do anything to either like cause damage, hurt people, break into the site. That's the main reason I'm here, okay? And that's likewise, we're over there trying to make sure that we protect the peace between these two groups that are protested.
A bystander kites in and the dynamic flips to 2-on-1. Are you his dad? Did you give birth to him? Barb lines that puncture the officer's welfare check framing. The crowd voice asserts the auditor's rights with street-level clarity. He doesn't have to talk. The officer leans on limited information from a radio snippet about breaking into the hotel, but that only fuels suspicion, vague intelligence, broad powers, specific pressure on a camera. This minute isn't just noise, it's the public staking the ground. We know our rights and we'll say it out loud.
I've got to try and strive to find that balance.
One thing to note, just to interject though, when we arrived here, I did speak to some of your colleagues and made it clear what we were doing.
Yeah.
Because at one point they said, oh, we're coming too far over the road. So I explained what we're here to do, how we're going to be.
I've not heard that side.
No, I'm just saying, so that's communication.
Yeah.
Then, isn't it? Because obviously we made a point of saying that.
So I've got a better understanding of what it is you're doing. What actually is it that you're doing?
We're just making a report on what's going on here.
Yeah, just... Yeah. And you mentioned like socials a few times. Is it for like social media, that kind of thing?
Well, it's partly that. People want to do it for YouTube and that, but partly it's evidence gathering, isn't it? Because there's so much that goes off that's corrupt and one-sided.
Right, okay.
We just have a right
Last time in Epping, citizen journalists caught the police busing stand-up to racism protests out the area.
Sorry, wouldn't that bother me again?
So you guys, you say that you're just letting everyone protest. Yeah. In Epping, the police bust stand-up to racism protests out the area.
Right.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not aware of that.
Yeah.
Of course
That's
you
what
are.
you're telling me. No, I'm
Of
not.
course, we don't watch TV, no?
Yeah.
Genuinely, if you think about what I do for work and what I'll try and switch off.
I think with you doing what you do for work, you should be keeping a damn good eye on all of this. Yeah, you should be doing that more than any of us because of your job. Okay. And the fact that you're telling me you're not, it's actually quite worrying.
Well,
yeah?
think about it from my perspective.
It's quite worrying. Right. And now you stood here trying to harass a couple of people filming. Like I said, doing our legal right to do so.
No, let me just talk for a minute, right?
I don't have to let you talk. In fact, I've stood and listened to you talk for long enough, man.
I'll come back to yourself, sir. Just...
Now the argument matures into accountability. The auditor references Epping, citizen journalist catching policing decisions on film, and challenges the officer's literacy of events he's paid to understand. It's a stinging paradox. The people filming have done the homework. The uniform claims he switches off. The tension becomes philosophical. If police don't track controversies that shape public trust, who does? Sarcasm laces the edge, but the core is serious. Ignorance isn't neutral when you hold power. The officer tries to reset to dialogue. The crowd hears a pattern.
The conversation I had before.
What do you want to know?
I just want to know if, firstly,
well, speak to the guy that told you that and get information from him.
Yeah, look, but it's here just.
What's that flag, bro?
It's here just having a conversation with you, right? Okay. But you also like you're not telling me yes, you're not telling me no.
I don't need to tell you anything.
I know you don't need to.
I guess just think of it from our point of view when
so
the constable comes over and asks you questions. It seems like questioning, not a chat.
Yeah, but I'm not cautioning you on nothing, have I? Yeah. So I'm not doing it for like the sake of like prosecution, evidence gathering, or anything like that. I'm doing it to kind of so I can feed back to my command structure if they've got a risk of a break on this side of the site. That's all. So we can make informed decision making about risk.
Oh, I got one for you. Go back and tell you whoever instructed you to do this, they're a moron. Yeah. And they've sent you here on false pretenses, and you've got better things to be doing while a protest is being conducted.
Is that what you want to say?
What?
Because I'm
here
to get your...
anything to you.
You're not saying
anything to you.
That's fine, right? That's it. If you're not going to speak to me about it, that's fine. I'm not forcing you to. All right. Okay. Oh, I think that kind of rounds things out, gents.
Are you sure?
No.
Peak confrontation. The auditor stops negotiating tone and calls the mission what he thinks it is, orders on false pretenses. He tells the officer to report back and uses a blunt descriptor for the boss to underline disdain. The officer reiterates risk assessment, says he isn't cautioning anyone, but the momentum's gone. Conflicting frames, public safety versus speech suppression, have collided, and the officer chooses disengagement. Resolution isn't reached, control is. The camera holds the field, and that matters.
Is there anything further that you want to say?
Well, I can't believe what you're doing, to be honest.
At what point do you ever? At what point do they decide that like evidence gatherers need to be put in place? Just out of curiosity.
Like EGT, like evidence gathering teams.
Yeah.
That's always a decision. Essentially, people with a high pay grade than me.
Right. No, just because I know, like in Epping and that, it was like from the get-go. Whereas it's like they're hovering now. So, what kind of decision?
Honestly, look, I'm not an inspector. I'm not involved in that decision-making process. All I do is kind of like, effectively, like sense the mood for what's going on. Have like frank conversations with people about what they're doing, why they're doing it, and also passaging messages between like our command structure and yourselves. And if you've got anything you need to relay back, it's just about kind of trying to keep lines of communication between groups clear to try and avoid friction. Because we're all here for the same reason.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, trying to avoid the friction.
We could do with some Star Wars music, couldn't we? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Good to see the sense of humour's not dead. Want me to move out your way?
Yes, please.
No problem.
Yeah, I just wondering at what point they decide they need to. Yeah.
Quick!
Thank you.
Fucking strange, wasn't it?
Saying things on YouTube,
It's like the drone that I was flying the drone, it just kept coming back and forth saying, oh yeah, just check it. They're just mind games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Letting you know they're onto you.
Yeah.
So that's just the same as us saying, oh, I've got word that one of them on the other side has got a knife or something. I mean, what's the evidence? They want them to take.
I was going to do something wild for her. All the chat was saying clip it, clip it.
Yeah.
Have a row.
Everyone just keeps happening.
Well, a lot of police have dropped off.
Yeah, some police have dropped off, to be fair. Seems like a little less numbers now. Everyone share out this stream, man. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button.
Channel?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Fair Britain Audits on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The aftermath breathes, but the pulse stays up. Off-cam debrief. Mind games by police. Reminders that they're on to you. The subtle pressure that shadows audits. The stream rolls. Banter with viewers, channel shout-outs, and a steady tour of the scene. Police numbers ebb. Fresh cordons appear. Dogs rumored at the rear. Voices in the crowd vent about policy and immigration. Raw, controversial, and on tape. This stretch is essential texture. The temperature of the street between flashpoints, the atmosphere that explains why the next minutes will hit harder. Come isn't quiet here. It's a drum roll.
What's going on here?
She got a little dose of the truth and it's hurt her.
Really?
Yeah. She nearly collapsed, mate. They were carrying her off. Kathy,
So we've got a police officer that's collapsed. Apparently she's had a dose of the truth and collapsed.
Is she hydrated?
Happy for you to be here, but if that was you not feeling very well on the floor, would you want someone filming you?
Actually, this goes back to the point that I have about I don't think that WPC should actually be on the main line. I don't think you make cut up for the job. That's no disrespect. It's just things like this kind of take a certain individual, and I just don't think women are up to the job. That's just my opinion.
It's not sexism,
Yeah,
it's fact.
no, and I'm not saying it's sexism.
Women do well in other things like liaising and things like that, don't get me wrong, but on the front line, I was down in Epping a few weeks ago, and there was a female police officer here. She looked absolutely petrified.
Which
but
I'm
it's
fine
just my
with, and I
opinion.
understand, but equally, whether that's a man, whether that's a woman, would you want that being filmed if it was you?
Look, what's happened? Nothing bad's happened. She's just
It is,
feels a
but-
bit faint.
I know, but
Is
if
she
you
alright?
were, if you were, yeah, she'll be okay.
If you started,
But
if you started ragging someone
I've
about,
got some water
people
for
are
her.
gonna film it.
Yeah, but someone feeling ill is very different than someone being assaulted.
We need to
isn't
know
it?
why she's ill. She could have been. It could be a
Nothing's happened. She
Russian
feels
chemical
unwell.
attack.
She feels unwell. I'm just asking you literally for a little bit of
I know, yeah.
humanity and
But
a
I'm just
little bit
saying,
of
when
politeness
you
and
do
respect.
this job,
No
when you
offence.
do this job, you expect it.
But you're talking about humanity while
Yeah, while
protecting
protecting
people that
rapists.
shouldn't be here,
So-
and that
We're
they're
facilitating your right to protest.
you are, but
facilitating
you're
something, yeah.
also
I'm facilitating
facilitating
your
these
right
people
to
to keep
protest.
on
I'm just asking.
destroying our children's lives. So
We're allowing you to be
unfortunately,
here, we're allowing them
I
to be
understand.
here.
I have listened to what you've said, and unfortunately, I am going to decline. I am going to carry on filming. It is my right to do so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. What
Just think
about?
how-
Do you know
how you would
Bescott? You know
feel if you
Bescott
were-
Stadium? Rhiannon Sky White killed by one of the service units.
Not going to
stabbed in
get
the neck.
involved in conversations
Stabbed
like
in the
this.
neck.
We're a neutral party.
By,
Stabbed in the
Just
neck over a
ask you
packet of
To give
biscuits.
someone a little bit of respect that's not feeling very well.
Well, I just offered to get a water, actually. Do you know what I mean? I would have gone and got some water. Does she need some water?
That's all.
You sure, yeah?
Someone's coming from the back, yeah. Just a bit warm.
So, we've got a police officer here.
A hard swerve. An officer collapses. Instantly, the question flips from can they film to should they film. Police ask for humanity. The auditor counters with principle and precedent. Ethics wrestle in real time. Privacy versus public interest, compassion versus documentation. The auditor argues frontline suitability. The officer stresses neutrality and dignity. Offers of water mingle with firm refusals to stop filming. It's tense, uncomfortable, and deeply revealing. Even without handcuffs or commands, power and accountability fight for inches, while a human being sits at the center of the lens. This isn't just policy, it's judgment. Yours, mine, theirs, under pressure.
I'm actually quite surprised by how many police are here in Cannock today.
Did you do know they've got dogs around the back as well?
Have they?
They've got about 4 dogs. Go around there, you're embarking.
So yeah, apparently there's dogs down the back where we were before. They're now creating another cordon. I don't know why.
Just come to the corner, mate. Just have 2 minutes.
The scene exhales. Music, movement, and a final sweep. Heavy police presence, shifting lines, dogs rumored, cordons redrawn. The auditor closes with a dry, almost cinematic sign-off. We get the job done. It's not triumphal, it's intentional. The story began with a simple conversation and ends with a statement of purpose. The camera stayed, the rights were asserted, the contradictions exposed. No gavel, no headline, just the enduring fact of the footage and an audience left to decide what it means.